So, you've played already out there today, guys.
Yeah,
We have.
And well, how did you find the audience? Just look out? Look to the side?
yeah. I had a good look round everywhere actually. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. We weren't sure at 5 to 2 in the afternoon if there was going to be anybody here, but there was like 40,000 plus.
Yeah, it's an incredible festival.
Worth turning up for anyway.
Totally. And
Yeah.
so, this is your first time here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, hopefully not our last. I know Rewind kind of do this up and down the country a bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll do one whenever next year somewhere else.
Yeah, because I know some of the acts stagger which one they go to.
Yeah, that's what we understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good thing because then you mix and match every year, so it's all different. People want to come back because then they get to see somebody else that next year.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So I've got 5 questions to ask you. 5.
Wow.
Just 5. If you could tell me first of all, who is your 80s icon?
Wow. Mark?
Rick Astley.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Hugh Cornwall.
Hugh Cornwall. Okay.
I don't know. Come back to me.
I'll come back to you. Okay then. If you could get into a DeLorean and go back in time to any concert during the 80s, whose gig from this weekend would you go to?
That's really difficult because while we've been doing these interviews, we heard Nick Hayward and he sounded great as well. Old Mike's up there, Rutherford at the moment, they sound good. I don't know, can I have a little bit of all of them, so to
A
speak?
little bit of all of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And a rewind
Like a
version.
compilation of the bill today.
Yeah, if I was, to be honest, I remember a level 42 gig that I was at back in, I was working for Polydor actually in 1985, and I was at the Brighton Centre and they were at the last show of their, one of the tours they were doing, and I was a bit of a fan. I used to sort of, I loved what they were doing actually in 82.
Yeah.
Tom was playing with colouring books in 82, wasn't you?
I thought you
Band.
Were you-
They were coming
No,
up.
mate, I was.
Were you a twinkle in your
I
dad's
wasn't even
eye?
born, mate. I was. 89. I was born.
Were you?
Oh, so you just
So I'm-
tipped
You
into
weren't
the 80s.
conceived to like going underground.
Yeah. We got some of that. Yeah.
Come on, Mark. What's yours? If you got in a DeLorean, where would you, in time, who would you go back and say
Well, I
what
checked
did?
the oil first, because I like cars. No, sorry, but where was it? No,
And the plastic of
I don't have oil in a DeLorean.
I'd probably echo what Russ said, because Level 42, I'd actually never seen them live back in the day. And I when they had Phil Gould and his brother band,
Yeah.
they're still great now. And I really love the band. But I always like original lineups from when it was the first conception,
Yeah.
when you hear them in their conception, really. And
Yeah. I have to say, I agree with you guys because Level 42 was the one I'm looking forward to see. Apart from you guys, of course. But
I was at the Wembley gig when Bruce was obviously the Jam were playing their final tour, and Big Country were on the bill as well.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
was there up in the gods then. I was up there watching as a punter, and
Now that we are.
I thoroughly enjoyed the gig.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing both bands playing at that time. So that was a great gig. The energy at that was really good.
Fantastic. So, favourite country to perform in? If you could perform in any country, what's been your favourite?
Australia.
Really?
apart
I know, we
Yeah.
feel like that programme where you spin the Australian flag and the UK flag.
Of course, Great Britain is, without
Yeah,
saying.
UK.
Of course.
Yeah, UK, but Oz.
Any other country?
Oz is great because it's hot and sunny.
To be fair, we would go kind of almost anywhere if there's a demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you performed in a lot of different countries?
Not as from the Jam, no.
We've done America and we've done Australia, we've done Spain and
A little,
lot of Europe.
yeah, dabble in Europe, but something that we're hoping to do a bit more of next year.
Fantastic. And a song that you didn't expect to be a hit. If you had a song out of your set,
Didn't expect
didn't expect it to come in.
Personally, I never took any of it for granted.
Sure.
You've had a #1 with Start or whatever, so, obviously your expectations, you think, well, maybe, but there wasn't really. I suppose Ian Rifles took me by surprise. I loved the track,
That's a good track. That is a good
but
track.
I didn't really know if that was going to be commercial or not.
Sure,
So
yeah.
Obviously it was.
Well, it proves
Because
it.
we always just wrote songs and released what we believed in. It wasn't really aimed at the market. so to speak.
Sure. And so that leads me nicely on to my final question. Which is your favourite lyric out of all your songs?
Russ, if you want to sing it, do you want to go?
My one's off of a really obscure album track, off a track called Wasteland, off of Setting Suns. I mean, I'd have to recite the whole thing, but the track itself just sort of speaks about a bunch of footballs and ragged dolls and rusted bicycles.
We sit and probably hold hands.
Well, you see,
I'm
that
there.
whole thing, because obviously we've been rehearsing Setting Suns for the new tour that we start in September. But Wastelands to me sends shivers down my spine, because I grew up on an estate where we did have like a wasteland area that we used to go and, you know, maybe sit and calmly hold hands with your girlfriend and things like that. And, you know, there was punctured footballs there and ragged dolls and rusted bicycles and things like that sitting around.
Tesco trolley, probably.
Yeah, there was.
Was this in
Tesco's, it was
St. John?
fine fare in them days, you know.
Oh, I remember.
You want to go to a bit more upmarket canal.
Yeah. Well, I ended up there a few years down the line, but, you know, we won't talk about those
Under the
days.
footbridge.
Yeah, which was quite a nice place when you had the right thing to drink.
I used to walk across there to go to school.
Yeah, there was
Many
some. I
years
mean,
ago.
Paul obviously is one of the the UK's finest lyricists, in my opinion.
Yeah, no,
He's
I
written some
agree.
amazing songs over the years. Paul's lyrics are fantastic, and they're poetical genius in a lot of cases. Yeah, he's one of the UK's treasures. Lyrically, there's no beating him in my book. You know, obviously there was the Beatles around, and there was a lot of Squeeze where wrote some great lyrics, Chris Difford and people like that. But Paul lyrically was years ahead of his time for being such a young guy.
Yeah, I have to agree. I do like. I'm a lyric person, and I love stuff. I like Elvis Costello's lyrics.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for your time.
Sorry,
Thanks for
Tom,
the tears.
we kept yakking away so much.
Yeah, can you be quiet
I'm
next
really
time?
sorry.